Alrighty, today I'm off to Johor. Hopefully it'll be a good ride to Desaru. I saw a really nice place with great reviews. I'm really into my cafes. I like heavy food as much as another person, but when it comes to like lunch, I tend to go for like cafe food. If only we'll get out of this traffic. So our first stop here is the checkpoint. Heading towards it right now, and I'll see you in a bit. Alright, you're gonna see a lot of cars on the left and right. So that Alphard there just wants to cut lanes or something, I don't know, but the cars on my right here, they're queuing up for immigration, whereas the motorcycles, I'm going to stick to the middle because eventually I will be on the left lane, which is the motorcycle lane. We just got through Singapore immigration. Now we're heading towards the Malaysian side. We're just gonna take it easy because my first pit stop is going to be Petronas to refuel. Over here I like to keep left or extreme right, depends on how fast you want to go. The Malaysian bikers, they tend to go really fast. I don't like going fast on small lanes like this. But the issue here is I believe there are a couple of humps up ahead that are quite nasty, that can catch you off guard. So take it easy here. First hump. Second hump. Whoa. Almost went off the road. And then we're going to make a quick petrol stop. Alright, my first stop is going to be Petronas. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not wearing my right glove. I'm also not secured my helmet just yet because I know I'm going to make the stop, and I know I knew I had to take off my helmet, so I'm not going to bother with a glove. It just takes a lot of your time. So we're gonna rest for a bit here. Let's find a pump with the green. Alright, so I am riding a Singaporean registered motorcycle. I cannot use the yellow. Alright, refueling with green, 197. Alright, I managed to get 45 ringgit or 14.26 liters. Alright, we're all off this highway to Desaru. It's 37 kilometers on my GPS. I don't know what time we'll get there, but the restaurant that I intend to go to opens at 12 only, so I still have an hour. And in Malaysia time, 1 hour, I would say you can cover a lot of ground in 1 hour, especially at these highway speeds. Alright, we're in a single lane highway now. 55 kilometers to go. I'm not familiar with the road, so I'm not going to go crazy. But that's not the whole point of this trip. The trip is just to relax and just head to that cafe. There's always some roadworks, am I right? That dude was trying to bait me. Bait me to go faster, but did you see the popo right there? Wow. And I think you can take a look at the sweet little river right there. Isn't that beautiful? That's a gorgeous bridge. But even more beautiful is that greenery over there. And huge plantations of just oil palm trees. So that's where the country gets a lot of its income. Golden oil we call palm oil, excuse me. I've been riding since I was 23, 17 years ago, and it just baffles me. You know, everywhere I rode, there would be dust and wind in my face and eyes, and I don't understand how the older gentleman can stand it. Alright, looks like we're doing 80 in this area. No one's picking up their speed. Alright, we're coming up to this toll house. Motorcycles in Malaysia do not have to pay at the toll houses, except for a few locations. But these aren't the ones you pay. It's one of my favorite things to go through a Malaysian toll house, because the motorcycles get to go through a funny detour. Sometimes the detour is kind of scenic. Maybe not this one, but you get to see the back, the office of the toll house. Pretty neat. See, I don't know what that is. Oh, goats. These are double lanes. Okay. Get it a little bit. Now, 27 kilometers. Turn right. Really good to be able to ride again in Malaysia. I I grew up in Malaysia. I rode my first motorcycle in 2008. It was a tiny ass 150, but it served me well. Took me to a lot of places, had a lot of fun, and then I upgraded to a 650cc. Didn't get very far with it, I guess because I didn't get to own it for very long. That was in 2011, and then I had it for 3 years before I moved to Singapore. This is what you generally see on the south side of Malaysia, meaning Johor and Malacca. This is the views you get. Well, once you cross over to Kuala Lumpur and you keep heading up to let's see, Ipoh, Taiping, keep going till you get to Penang. The roads are pretty charming. What you see is a little bit more different. I can't describe it right now, you'll have to experience it yourself. But I do like riding north. If I have the chance, I'll do it with this bike. And then there's the other highway which takes you from Kuala Lumpur to the east side, which is Kuantan. Kuantan is a beach side. The roads take you across the, what's that word? The range, the mountain range. And it can be it can be really beautiful because the mountain range is cooling. The weather, on a good day that is, if it's not raining, I don't know if I've ever been when it's raining. Well, if it's not raining and you have good visibility, oh lord, that ride is amazing. It has a lot of corners. Do be careful because there can be roadblocks at the bottom of the hill. So when you climb the hill with your fast bike and you're going at a high speed, and then all of a sudden you're coming down the hill, then you see that roadblock. Oh boy, that could make your heart skip a beat. So do be careful there. Alright, 16 more kilometers to turn right. I'm going to turn off my GPS. But yeah, Alhamdulillah, look at this beautiful weather today. Oh yeah. If you can't see the bend, you don't own the bend. In this case, if you can't see the road ahead, you don't own the road ahead, I suppose. Gosh, this bike is just eating up these miles. I find my hands are not numb. I rode a much smaller bike in my younger days, and it was a twin cylinder 650, and you get the vibrations in your wrists. Not a whole lot, but it's not comfortable. I've ridden the 150cc single cylinder. You get a lot more vibrations there. Not only that, overtaking maneuvers take forever. So you really have to time yourself. I made sure that I was at least going downhill when doing overtaking maneuvers, not going uphill. But those were the days. Alright. Right, we're in town right now. I have 1.1 kilometers to go. We're not going to go very fast here. The roads are much smaller. These are the B roads, but these are town B roads, if you know what I mean. When I was growing up, we, at least when I was, I don't know, 6 or 7, there weren't any major highways. Like there was the 1 or 2 main highways, but my dad and mom and dad used to take the B roads because we lived in Johor, and to go back and down KL we used to take the B roads. And I remember like we struggling to overtake those heavy vehicles. It says turn right. Oh, the restaurant's over there. Ooh yeah, look at that. This would make a great place for a couple of photo shoots. Maybe away from this sign. I know I'm not supposed to do this, but I'm gonna try.